This is Santoshi, lecturer in mechanical engineering, working in Jain Government Polytechnic College, Ramantapur. I am going to teach for 5th semester students. My subject name is refrigeration and air conditioning. In this subject, I am going to teach for vapor compression and vapor absorption refrigeration system. In this topic, I am going to teach subtopic name is vapor compression refrigeration systems. Vapor compression refrigeration systems. Okay, in previous class we have discussed about various methods of refrigeration, air refrigeration and Carnot cycle refrigeration and Bell-Coleman cycle. Okay, today we would be able to know about the principles of vapor compression refrigeration system and principles a part of vapor compression refrigeration system and functions of various parts. Okay, applications of vapor compression refrigeration system. So in the vapor compression refrigeration system the main principles is thermodynamic principles. Okay, the fluid absorbs heat while changing from liquid phase to vapor state. The fluids rejects the heat while changing from vapor state to liquid state, so absorbs heat. So when liquid phase to vapor phase, it absorbs the heat. When vapor phase to liquid phase, it rejects the heat. In this concept, the thermodynamic in this concept, the vapor compression refrigeration system works. Okay, the phase changes takes place at constant temperature. Here, the phase changes as a liquid to vapor, vapor to liquid at constant temperature. Okay, so evaporation temperature or condensation temperature depends on the pressure. So as the pressure of the fluid increases, the evaporation or condensation temperatures are increases. Okay, as the pressure of the fluid decreases, the evaporation temperature or condensation temperature decreases. So see the diagram vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Here evaporation and compression and condensation and expansion wall. So from the compression heat is removed and heat is here compression a condenser heat is rejected and the heat is removed, or in the evaporator heat is added, so absorbed, so heat absorbed, so added. So in this process, this is the main diagram. And principle of vapor compression refrigeration cycle, the principle by the variation of pressure of fluid, the evaporation or condensation temperatures can be varied, is used in vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Okay, a liquid which has very low boiling point is used as a refrigerant. Okay, so refrigerant is a very low boiling point. This liquid refrigerant absorbs the heat from the surface to be cooled and gets evaporated. The evaporated refrigerant vapor or gaseous state is compressed and thus pressure is increased. As the pressure increased, the condensation temperature is also increased. So this vapor is condensed at high temperature. So this vapor is condensed at high temperature. Using a condenser, the temperature of the liquid can be reduced at the same pressure. So here in this condenser, the vapor state is converted into liquid state at the same pressure. Okay, by reducing the pressure of the liquid, the evaporation temperature is reduced. In this, thus the liquid evaporates at low temperature. In low temperature, see the simple vapor compression refrigeration cycle system. Okay, this is the main diagram of vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, first compressor to condenser to receiver to expansion wall to chamber. Okay, this is the complete vapor compression refrigeration system. In this vapor compression system's main parts are compression, condensation and expansion and evaporation. Okay, so in this compression, low pressure and low temperature vapor refrigerant is drawn from the evaporator, and this vapor refrigerant is compressed in compressor, and pressure and temperature of the vapor refrigerant increases. Okay, as the condensation process, high pressure and high temperature vapor refrigerant is drawn from the compressor, cooled in the condenser at constant pressure. The heat is rejected here. Then the condensation, since the pressure is highly, condensation temperature is also high, so the refrigerant changes its phase from vapor to liquid at high temperatures. Okay, so in the expansion valve, after condensation, the liquid refrigerant is passed through the expansion wall. The pressure of the liquid refrigerant is reduced, so the evaporation temperature also decreases. So evaporation temperature also decreases. The evaporation, the liquid refrigerant at low pressure from the expansion valve is drawn into the evaporator. So after expansion valve, it is sent to the evaporator. In the evaporator, the liquid refrigerant absorbs the heat from the space to be cooled. So as the heat absorbed from the evaporator, then a space to be cooled. At evaporization, the liquid refrigerant changes from liquid to vapor state. In this evaporization, the liquid state is converted into vapor state. Since the heat is removed from the space to be cooled, the temperature of space reduced. So in the evaporization, vapor refrigerant coming out of from the evaporator is at low temperature and low pressure. So this is sent to the compressor. So this is having the low pressure and low temperature. Again is sent to the compressor. The compressor, the process of purpose of compressor to increase the temperature and pressure. So cycle is repeated. So in this way, the vapor compression refrigeration system works. The principal parts of vapor compression refrigeration system: compressor, discharge line, condenser, receiver tanker, liquid line, expansion valve and evaporator, and suction line. These are the principal parts of vapor compression refrigeration system. What is the main function of compressor is? The compressor compresses the low pressure vapor refrigerant drawn from the evaporator to high pressure vapor refrigerant. So it compresses the vapor refrigerant with the low pressure to high pressure refrigerant. The pressure and temperature increases here, and main function of compression, it also maintains the continuous flow of refrigerant through the system. Next, discharge line, the refrigerant line carrying refrigerant from compressor outlet to condenser inlet is called as discharge line. Okay, so next one is condenser. Main function of condenses a high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant to high pressure liquid refrigerant. So water circulates around the condenser, absorbs the heat from the vapor refrigerant. So in this, it removes the heat from the refrigerant at constant pressure, and the liquid changes its phase in the condenser. So the condition of the refrigerant coming out from the condenser is high pressure, low temperature liquid. So the function of main receiver tanker is the reservoir for the storing liquid refrigerant coming from the condenser. This supplies the refrigerant to the evaporator through the expansion valve and depending on the requirements. So what are the requirements we require? Based on that requirements, it supplies the refrigerant. Okay, the liquid line is the refrigerant line carrying the liquid refrigerant from the condenser outlet to evaporator level. So in this line, the expansion valve is there. The expansion valve reduces the high pressure liquid refrigerant to low pressure liquid refrigerant. So condition of refrigerant coming out from the expansion valve is low pressure and low temperature liquid. So in this way, the liquid refrigerant in the evaporator absorbs the heat from the products and changes its state from liquid to vapor. The evaporator produces the refrigeration effect. The products are stored in the evaporator gets cooled as the heat is removed from them by the refrigerant. So suction line pipe carrying the refrigerant from the evaporator outlet to compressor suction valve. So as it carries low pressure vapor, it carries the low pressure vapor from the suction from through the suction line. So pipeline through the, that is called as suction line. So next one is the applications of vapor compression refrigeration system. We learned about the complete vapor compression refrigeration system and principle of vapor compression refrigeration system. Now applications of vapor compression refrigeration system. The domestic applications like refrigerators, water coolers, commercial applications like ice plant and cold storages. Comfort applications like air conditioning units and preservation of medicines. Okay, in these applications we use the vapor compression refrigeration systems. Okay, in the domestic refrigerator, see the domestic refrigerator. In this application we see the vapor compression refrigeration system. And next, water cooler. Okay, so day by day we use the water cooler is necessary for all time. So for water coolers we use the another type of water cooler. And next one is items arranged in cold fresh. So in marts stalls and all supermarkets. So to store the food items, so food items are grocery items, whatever the items we have to store, we store in this arranged in the fresh. So we use this vapor compression refrigeration system, cold storage unit. So this is the cold storage unit. In this unit also we use the vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, let's see the way cold storage units are. Okay, and next window air conditioning, the oldest model of window air conditioner system. In this conditioning system also we use vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, next is splitter air conditioning systems, also we use the vapor compression refrigeration systems. Okay, applications where we use the split of air conditioning system. This is used in the domestic purpose. Okay, so in the domestic purpose use this type of invention. Okay, so in this class we learned about the thermodynamic principles involved in the vapor compression refrigeration systems, and principles of VCR systems, and sequence operations of vapor compression refrigeration system, and principal parts and their functions of vapor compression systems, and applications of vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, thank you students, we will see in the next class.